Hey, it's DJ Hipnotic, and you're listening to me right here on WSJU Radio. Don't forget, check out my show each and every Friday from 1:30 to 3 p.m. It's going down. I'm going to be playing the hottest, freshest urban joints all over the charts. We could talk about the latest hip-hop news, what's going on around campus, and most importantly, what's going on in your life. And don't forget, tune in each and every Friday. It's going down. All right. I'm DJ Hipnotic. What's good, everybody? I want to thank everybody for keeping it locked right here to my show. Am I on the air? All right, that was Rick Ross, Drake, who set the show with Aston Martin music. All right. Now, as I promised you, up next, I would like to introduce to everybody from Beyonce to So You Think You Can Dance. Let me get you choreographer Jeffrey Page. Jeffrey, hello.
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, man? How's it going today?
Everything is pretty good. No complaints whatsoever.
All right, cool. With that said, why don't you let everybody out there know something about yourself? Exactly who is Jeffrey Page?
I'm Jeffrey Page, currently a part of the hit Broadway musical Fela. Rocking and rolling, choreographer extraordinaire. And that's about it. You know, just doing the thing. 8 shows a week at Fela.
All right, cool. And Fela, that's your new Broadway hit musical?
Yes, Fela.
Fela.
Now starring Patti LaBelle. 8 shows, 8 times a week with Miss LaBelle. So, and she's doing a phenomenal job every night.
Okay, so you're going out to the shows every night and supporting like each show, or like how often are you getting to do that?
Yeah, it's 8 shows a night. It's a killer. But you know, it's an amazing show. As a performer, it's really demanding, you know, on your body and on your voice, but you know, it's an amazing show, and to watch the audience come out and to see, you know, everyone from the 70-year-old white man to the 20-year-old black man to the 50-year-old white woman, you know, come out and see the show and end up in tears every single night. It's a really, really amazing experience, you know. So as hard as it is on the body, it's absolutely amazing on the mind.
Okay, cool. So how do you keep motivated with all that pressure that you have up under you?
Well, you know, when you hit the stage, that's motivation enough. But every night after we finish a performance, we do an encore, which is we go in the house and we greet the audience before we actually leave the stage. And like I said, to see you know, tears in the eyes of so many people, and to know that we've affected such a broad audience in a deep way is really, really motivating in terms of hitting that show every single night. It's an amazing process, and to hear Patti LaBelle do something different with the songs every single show, it's amazing. And Kevin Mambo and the rest of the cast of Fela, you know, we all bring a new, fresh energy with every single show, and it keeps it alive, it keeps it fresh, it keeps it hot, it keeps it edgy, and that's what really motivates us to do the show and hit that show every single night. But it's hard, it's a killer, but you know, that's the motivating factor every single night. And to know that we're actually you know, changing the world in a really small way. We're actually changing the world and making a humongous impact in, you know, on people's minds. So, you know, that's a really motivating thing.
Yeah, and you're doing that to the different age groups because, like you said, you have a wide audience of people, right, coming out?
Exactly. I see in the audience, you know, children coming out, and I you know, the show is mildly explicit. So sometimes it kind of concerns me that children come out, but you know, it's an amazing message. So I really applaud the parents who are brave enough to bring their children out and see this phenomenal show, because it is a show that is changing the mindsets of the people. So it's so I get the kids from ages 6 years old. I've seen those in the audience, and I see the older folks in the audience. Where you would never even think that they would be interested in such a production. But this production is really, I think it's exposing people to a cutting edge culture in the same way. Where hip-hop is really changing the minds and the hearts of the people and making people drop their prejudices and their notions about who and what other cultures are. This is really a hip-hop show. This is really a show, about the edginess and the veracity of this man, Fela Kuti, which is really prevalent in hip-hop culture. So it's really amazing to see, this broad spectrum of people come out and see this show every single night.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, now, some other things that you have been a part of, such as So You Think You Can Dance. Why don't you talk about that? How was that experience for you? How did you get involved with that?
So You Think You Can Dance was amazing. They actually... They called my agent, and my agent called me and let me know that they requested me. And within a matter of, I think it was a matter of 4 or 5 days, I hopped on a plane and went out to LA. And they treated me well, but it was an enormous pressure. I'm used to choreographing on the spot and creating magic on the spot. But this was an enormous pressure. I worked with 5 guys who had absolutely no experience in traditional African dance techniques, and I had 5 hours to put this piece on them. And anybody who knows theater or knows dance knows that 5 hours is nothing. So to have 5 hours to create this work on these 5 guys and this work be seen and syndicated nationally and internationally was a humongous pressure to make sure that everything was right. So it was really, really, really hard. But I'm really happy to say that I got through it, and the guys made the work look really good. I think the next time around is going to be a lot easier because I now know what to expect. Unfortunately, I had to turn them down. They called me back twice after that, but I had to turn them down because of my schedule with Fela. So hopefully I'll be able to get back out there and do some more work. So but it was a really exciting experience, but hard, extremely hard, just because of the time allotment. It's absolutely crazy to think that you could mount even a piece that was a minute long, but this particular piece was 2 minutes. Even a piece that was a minute long to mount in 5 hours on a group of dancers who have never had any type of training or experience in traditional African dance technique. So, that was really, really a monumental task for me, and I'm glad I got through it. I'm glad I survived it. And I got really great reviews on it. The judges said a lot, and I got a lot of work because of it, and, a lot of people are looking for it and want it back. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. But you got through it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, how do you stay patient? Because I understand that you're also a specialist with West African dance. So how did you stay patient while you had these group of people to work with that had
in addition to the work that I do in Hollywood in terms of choreographing dance for film and television and award shows, I also do a lot of work with children. In Inglewood, California, I had an amazing group of kids out of City Honors High School and different at-risk communities in South Central LA and Harlem and East New York, and various points. And so I think that gave me the patience to be able to enjoy the process of it. I think when we start looking to be product oriented, I think it takes away the beauty of the journey. The journey is the beautiful part. The journey is the part that feeds you and grows you. And so the process of it all is paramount. So for me to watch the process and watch people come to new revelations and new understandings about other people's experiences and encountering new perspectives, that to me is the joy. So when you talk about patience, I think it's easy to have patience just because you're enjoying the process of where the work is going, and you feel like you're having a really serious conversation with another artist, and you're having a really serious conversation and dialogue with whatever higher being you believe in, you know. And it's a much deeper process than people think that it is to create work, to create artwork, because it comes from such a deep place, whether it be, you know, a verse in a rap song, or whether it be a painting, or be it a song or a piece of clothing. You know, I think it's a really serious process to create something that is artistically driven. So with patience, I think it's a joy to experience the process, and the process, you know, each part of the process, you know, makes your brain and your heart percolate even more. So the process was amazing. So therefore, it gave me the patience to endure and to teach these young men about the technique of traditional African dance, which, you know, most of hip hop and hip hop dance culture and hip hop music culture was born from. So it was a joy, but but with the idea of I only have 5 hours to do this, and this is supposed to look like a professional piece of work, and it's going to be syndicated throughout the world. That put added pressure. So the process was wonderful, but I was also up against this clock of 5 hours. So that made it a little hard, but I still enjoyed the process. So patience was a very easy thing to have for me.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I feel you on that. Now, the fact that it's your passion, do you think that makes it a little bit easier?
Oh, definitely. Because you are driven to do it, because you would do it for free, because doing it is the thing that brings you happiness, and doing it is the thing that feeds you. Of course, that makes it so much more easier. When you hate going to work, and you hate your job, and you hate going about doing a process or getting something done, it makes it so much harder. But you know, when you love what you do, and I'm sure you can understand, when you love what you do, and you get to come in and you get to talk to the people every day, and you get to feed the minds and the hearts of the people every single day with your voice and with your choice of music and so on and so forth. That is a liberating experience, and it's something that you might consider doing for free, that you're actually getting paid for, and you're actually you are actually able to sustain yourself financially. You know, it makes it so much easier. So yeah, most definitely.
Okay, I hear you. Now that's good advice right there for everybody that's tuned in to this show.
Yeah.
All right. Now you also talked about creating when you're choreographing for somebody. Excuse me. Do you like video yourself and play it back to remember the moves, and how exactly does that process work?
I've learned to do that. Just because my ideas, they come out so quick, and it's so many ideas that most often I will forget what I do. Like, you know, so I have to have really good dancers working with me who are really in tune to how I'm moving and how my mind is working. Because most often I'll turn around and say, what did I just do? And a good dancer will be able to regurgitate it to me, and we can move on. So definitely, I have learned to videotape myself so I won't get lost in the creative percolation of it. So definitely, I videotape myself. Most definitely.
Okay, that's cool. All right, now you also work with Beyonce. What other artists have you worked with? Want to work with? Tell us, how was it working with her? Beyonce is amazing. She is an amazing artist.
I was able to work with her because, and I guess this is a testimony to pushing yourself, even when things don't look so